And we are live. We are live. We are live. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in to our Thursday specials where we talk about money. Again, I am one of your hosts, Rev Rob Johnson from the New Frontier Action Team. So, just a little bit about us. For those of you who've been watching us for a long time, thanks so much. We appreciate everything you've been doing. Please consider making a donation today so that organizations like ours can continue to operate and run the way that we do with these podcasts, with our live streams, with our organizational policy advocacy work. Please go ahead on and take a look at newfrontieraction.com today. Go out there and check it out. But without further ado, I won't belabor the hour or hold the time because we only do these for about 15, 20 minutes and then we move on with our day. And so we appreciate you for tuning in with us today. And again, a man who needs no introduction. He's been with us for the last 6 weeks now. It's my homeboy, Mr. Stoy Hall.
What's up, brother? How you feeling? You cold? You warm? How you doing right now?
Yeah, I'm a little warm because the color off your tie doesn't warm me up.
There you go. There you go. Warm because your beautiful smile. So I get it.
So you're going to try to get them on your side before I talk about you. Yep. So they can be like, oh, Rob, why are you talking about Stoy like that? And I'm going to have to remind them because he was at a financial institution a couple of days ago and threw at least 5 cracks on me where I couldn't respond.
Yep, exactly. It's called insurance policy, right?
Oh, man, that is too funny. Well, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I want you all to check in with us because there's a lot going on out here in the world. Last year was crazy. 2020 was wild. And here we are now in 2021, ready to do what we do best. And I couldn't think of anybody better to continue our conversations about money than my good friend Stoy. Stoy, to kind of bring everything full circle before we dive into what our topic is today, can you give people, because I did have one person ask me, they said, what exactly does Stoy do all day?
Yeah.
I said, because I get people who ask me this question, they say, Rob, what exactly do you do all day, right? I tell them I do a lot all day. Mark and I do a lot all day, literally all day. But if you can, kind of take us full circle real quick, explain to the people exactly who you are, what you do all day.
Yeah, that's a good one. What I do all day is a lot all day, kind of like you just said. So I break it down into pieces of our firm. So a lot of what we do deals with money, right? Investment markets. So between my team of traders, my other advisors, and myself, we are probably texting from 5 a.m. till 7, 8 o'clock at night, solely on investment things, market, economy, what's going on across the world, those types of things that are going to deal with our clients, but also what's going on with the money. Okay, so there's one step, and then it depends on what's going on. Whether I'm speaking, doing a speaking engagement, I'm meeting with clients, looking over their plans, raising funds, talking to investors, talking to other business owners, and then the last piece, which is less fun, is the reports, right? Making sure that we can give everyone and show them what we're doing, but also what's going on within their lives. So those are how I break it down. Obviously, there's inner pieces in there, phone calls, text messages, 100 emails a day, those types of things. But truly, it comes down to doing a whole bunch of research, making sure that research is backed and is going on with our plans with our clients, and then meeting with them individually about, hey, these are some changes that we need to do, or these are the changes we're doing. You're good. You're set.
And so people who want to be able to utilize your services, they can come to you. Somebody may say, Stoy, I don't have enough to work with you. I don't have enough money to kind of hang out with the Stoy Halls of the world. Right. What do you say to them?
I say they're wrong. You need to start now. Like now is when you need to start anything. So within our services, we'll do as much as, hey, give us $50, $100 a month, something small. All we're going to do is do consultations. That's all we're going to do is talk. We're going to talk about things because, yes, most people are right. We don't have enough money to go invest in some of these big things that are happening, i.e. GameStop. You don't have the money for those things to do, but you need to develop the plan in the right background, make sure your credit's good. All of those conversations that we've had over the last 6 weeks, that's what people need to start with. So that's where you can come in and we just have conversations, which will lead to bank accounts and credit cards and all those things down the road, but you need to rely on someone to just talk and have a conversation.
Man, I'm so glad you said that. Real quick, before we jump into GameStop, I really want to know somebody who only has, like, let's say 1 or 2 things on their credit, they're able to clean that up. They really have a lot more buying power than they think they do, because once that thing is off their credit and you can help them get that off their credit, they can literally have up to an $800 credit score. They can go and buy a building.
Right.
Like,
right.
They can go and buy it. They can go and buy a building. So, cool. So credit, money, wealth management, talking about money, being comfortable with money is literally what you do all day.
All day, every day. All day, every day, even to the point where the wife gets upset that I'm, talking about it at 8:30 p.m. It's something that we do every hour that we're awake because it's that important. We're the experts. That's what we have to do.
Absolutely. Well, I'm super excited, man. So talk to me a little bit about this GameStop situation because I don't think people really understand what took place. So let me tell you from where I stand and what I see, right? So I seen something happen on I seen something happen. Come on in. Somebody just walked in. I want him to join us. And he didn't know it, but I'm glad he's here now. So I'm watching Facebook. I'm watching social media. Hi, Mr. Alwumble.
How you doing? Hey, Stoy.
Man, you looking good today.
I'm just trying to keep up with you, Stoy. That's all I'm doing.
Well, we're all better than Rob, so it's all good.
Both of y'all with these oceanic ties y'all got on, but whatever. Though. We don't talk about that. So I'm watching Facebook. I'm watching social media, and all of a sudden I see this big hype come in at like midnight about, hey, everybody go and buy this stock. And I see that you remember we was even talking about this. Mm-hmm. I see that so it was like this whole group of people who was like, you know what, we're gonna go ahead on and like get the man. Like we're about to go in, get the man, and we gonna win it from there. And so I'm like, yo, so tell us a little bit about like how does that actually work, and like what exactly happens when stuff like that goes down.
Yeah, so it's happened before. It really got aggressive with GameStop this year. AMC, there's been a couple others because of the pandemic and because of where we are at within our financial education within our systems. Okay, that's what I'm gonna start with. The only reason it happened is because of that, because people could gather a group of people together, radicalize them, if you will, to attack a system. Because everyone's at home. We have the most retail investors we've ever had in our history. Robinhood and all of them are out here now for you just to go invest in whatever, right? So that's how it started, or the ability to reach all these people. What happened was they were attempting to short squeeze, and they did short squeeze short sellers. So there is a strategy out there that a lot of hedge funds do, a lot of people do, that they're going to bet that the stock is going to go further down, right? And that's how they make money. They're short selling, meaning they're saying, I'm going to buy a stock back at a certain price much lower. That's how they make money. If it goes up, they get squeezed, if you will, and are now forced to buy that stock at a much higher price, right? Which means now me, if I squeezed you, I can sell it for a higher price. I make money, right? That's right. The concept. And the thing is, they did it with GameStop because truly, GameStop's Blockbuster. For those old dogs, right? The OGs who know what Blockbuster is. it's not a company that's going to survive much of anything. It is old. They're not keeping up with the times, any of that. So it makes sense for someone to say that's going to go lower, right? Well, what happens is, these Redditors and these groups and this movement, if you will, all got on board and said, we're going to attack these hedge funds, right? They found out a couple of the hedge funds that were involved with it, the managers and the money that they got on the shorts, and said, we're going to squeeze them essentially to death as much as we can, right? So if we did that, we could essentially make them go bankrupt, and we're now attacking the man. Problem is, someone's going to be, at the end of the day, holding the bag. Someone's going to be holding the money at the end of the day. And the problem with what happened was they used people who are not that educated in stocks. They use people at home trying to make money as fast as they can, which is not what you're supposed to do investing. And so they utilized that mindset to radicalize all these people to do this. Well, they did that. It happened. They bankrupted one hedge fund. They got as far as they could. Couple problems that they didn't foresee, or maybe they did. I don't know who led the whole movement. I'm sure they made a lot of money. The problem what they didn't foresee was two things. One, hedge funds and billionaires have way more capital than the rest of us do, and it's damn near unlimited. So at the end of the day, they're going to win out because they can keep playing this game a lot longer than we can. If I got $500 and I put it in there, that's all I got. Well, they've got billions, and then they can go raise more billions from the other billionaires. So it could never stop. So that's one problem. The other problem was they didn't understand the fact that Robinhood was so involved with these hedge funds, and that it would attack so heavily that the SEC is now looking into market manipulation. Okay, everyone hates the SEC. I love them. SEC, do you hear? I love you, SEC. Okay, I love them because their job is to make a fair market, and I don't mean fair as in terms of everyone makes the same dollar of money. I mean it's a fair market and it's moving at normal rates, not these spikes that go all over the place. So those are the two things that happened that they didn't look at, and at the end of the day, I don't know if you guys saw it. Yep, GameStop went to 340, but what's it sitting at right now? And who are those people holding that money? I can probably tell you about 80% of them are normal retail people who lost their money and was told to hold on forever because we're gonna stick it to the man, right? Well, guess what? Those men, the hedge funds, put billions in, kept shorting it until the retail people ran out of money or got scared, and then it just fell and crumbled and went from 340 one day. I think I looked later, it was at like $80 to $90. Oh, yeah, GameStop's at $48 right now. It's $300 per share lower than it was a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And that's insane. It doesn't compute, right? On a stock, by the way, a company that is failing. So that's what happened. I'm passionate about it, and a lot of people in the office here, accountants, talk about it too, and it's taking advantage. And I full-heartedly believe this was taking advantage of lesser educated people and our lower income class because they're looking to make money really, really quick, no matter what happens. And these people got them together, radicalized them to do something without knowing the exit strategy. And at the end of the day, majority of those people are the ones that got these losses and have lost more money than they put in. And that's not okay. You should not be able to do that. And that is why the SEC right now is looking into all of this, and as they should, because this can't happen again at this degree with retail investors.
Yeah. It just feels like it's victimizing people who feel like, they got a hot tip or they feel like they were able to finally make some money. Because when you talk about people who are in Robinhood or Acorn, I think it is, those are people who are investing small amounts, trying to get some kind of return. And then to wind up in a situation like this, they're further behind the eight ball than they were when they first started.
They were. And the mentality of all of that is a big deal too. I'm sure you guys just saw the article about that 20-year-old, 21-year-old kid who committed suicide because he was on Robinhood and his account looked like he lost $700,000. because he was doing options. That's another thing. He didn't actually lose that much money. It just showed that because it had to clear through the system. Takes a couple of days, and he committed suicide. Well, normal retail people should not be doing that. They should let the experts dictate and help them understand that, so that way mentally they're not getting into depression. And then the other side is they don't get stuck into a GameStop like this one, what we just went through, and end up holding the bag for the billionaires that they thought they were taking advantage of.
Stoy, let me hit you with this, man, because I know some people watching this, they're going to say, it's no fun when the rabbit got the gun, right? So when the retail people got the power and the power of the people comes at these billionaires feel like it's no fun for the retail people to do to them what they do to the retail people every day. Mm-hmm. And so how do we fix this, or how do we overcome this? Because you really do got people out here really struggling. You got people out here struggling because they want to make some money, right? You got Bitcoin, you got all of this, you got the Forex trading, and you got all of this stuff that's happening where people are like, look, you can make some money by doing this type of stuff. And then they do these marketing themes, and they recruit people underneath them. And everybody's trying to live. And it's all for the simple fact of, I got to pay bills. I have to provide for my family. And if this is a way to participate in what these billionaires are participating in, then I want a piece of it. Yeah. Like, what do we say? Like, I kept seeing that statement. It's no fun when the rabbit got the gun, or during the whole GameStop thing, because they was like, this is what y'all do to us every day.
Yeah. So the mindset's different there, right? One, retail people are living off that money. Hedge funds, institutional billionaires are not. Okay. It's two different mindsets going at it. When we're talking about institutionals and hedge funds and whatnot, it is a job. It is the business. It's a business. Everything's a business decision. When on the retail side, it's emotional, and it's about living off that paycheck to paycheck. In the world of investing, and how you grow your net worth and your wealth is not from an emotional standpoint. It has to be a business and a strategy, and you have to make business decisions. So I'm gonna start there with the mindset on that. How do retail or everyone take advantage of that? Is you have to actually create a business, but your mindset needs to be business driven. If I'm going to be doing trading because I need it for my money, for my life, to support my family and everything, then you need to be making business decisions with that. Meaning, I'm only going to trade this. I'm only going to be looking for this. And the system, the fair trading system, is really built for that. It's built for retail, people who have lesser money, to go in and maybe make a 5-10% profit, right? As opposed to looking for that 100%, 1,000% GameStop play. It's not to get rich quick. It's a business. You want to get little chunks and keep winning because it's going to compound at the end of the day. Save a penny every day. What does it turn into? That concept is the same thing you need to be doing investing. It's not to try to live off of when you're not an expert at it, or you don't have the backing of millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands, or tens of thousands of dollars. So the best way we can take advantage of that is to rely on the experts to help you build up to that level. Let them do what they're good at doing. And you making sure you interview them, get to understand them, and your outs from an individual standpoint.
Cool. All right, so we got 3 minutes left on people's lunch break, so that they can eat a little bit. Kind of, Al, any words?
No, my only comment would be is that it seems like there needs to really be a much more concentrated effort on financial literacy for folks, so that they truly understand what they're doing with that money. And, pardon me for saying this, but it also sounds like gambling. You can only play with what you're willing to lose, and make sure that's not the money that, you're using then to pay rent, that you're using to pay for groceries. This money has to set aside, and be thought of in that manner. That's untouchable money.
Correct. 100%. It is. And that's the difference, right? Gambling, and investing are different. Gambling is when you're using money that you need to live off of and it's going to hurt you. Investing is using it and letting it just multiply and setting it away and letting it run as a business. 100% right. And right now, a lot of people are gambling. And sadly, they're going to lose. They will lose at the end of the day. Now, obviously, some percentage of them will win and we'll hear about it, but majority of people are going to lose. And that's just how the cookie crumbles, if you will, type of thing. And it's going to be very important come soon that everyone makes sure that they are understanding where they're at. I don't know if everyone's been following the market, but we're at toppy tops. There's going to be a nice little correction soon, 10 to 15%, and it might happen in March. It might happen before or after that, but we need to be in position to do so. And if you're out here in GameStop or AMC or any of all these other things, when that happens, you're going to lose more than you even thought you could. So everyone needs to understand that. Go ahead.
People don't know what market correction means. So obviously, because you and I have dealt with the market correction before, you look at 08, prices were inflated. All of a sudden, we get to 2010, market correction happens. Both of us enter into the business that year because I know you went in, doing your thing with the group coming, during your college. I go in dealing with it from a more corporate standpoint, and we see what a market correction actually does, right? We see how it affects interest rates, how it affects bonds, yields, and all of this language stuff that people really just don't know about. So I say tune in next week. Tune in next week, and we can talk about this. We want to take some questions from you all next week. So tune in next week, Thursday at noon, because we want to take some questions from you all talking about what is market correction, what should I be looking at right now. Stoy Hall from Black Mammoth has lended us his time for these last 6-7 weeks to continue to do this, to continue to talk about financial literacy that Brother Al was just talking about. So, Stoy, any last thoughts?
Last thoughts is learn as much as you can and start now. Any which way you possibly can, start now learning. Financial education is the weakest thing we have in our nation, I believe, and it's the one thing that we all deal with every day is money. So if you don't start now, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse for you and your family. And now you're going to be in this big hole that even experts like me, we can only help so much. So start today, start learning.
Hey, thank you so much, Stoy. We appreciate you, big dog. See you later. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Listen, tune in next week. There's going to be so much that we're going to be talking about: market correction, financial literacy. If you want to know why an advocacy group and a firm is talking about money, it's because we understand that money is what helps make things possible in this world, whether we like it or not. In order for our organization to exist, we need money. In order for you to live every day and do what you do in your everyday lives, it takes money. Also, we want to make sure that you know, come Valentine's Day, February 14th, I'm going to be hanging out with BET's president of media sales, Mr. Lewis Carr himself. So BET will be on here live come Valentine's Day at 7 p.m. So tune in, plug in with us. It's going to be a great conversation with him. Trust me, you don't want to miss some of the words of wisdom that he's going to be dropping on Valentine's Day. And I know, my girl may not be too happy about, interrupting that, but we're doing it for the people. So shout out to everybody. We love y'all. We appreciate you all. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.